I'm Jake Sanderson.
I'm Tim Stützle, and you're listening to the Locked On Senators podcast.
Your Locked On Senators, your daily podcast on the Ottawa Senators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's going on, Sens fans? I'm Jack Richardson, set to bring you guys another live watch party with the Locked On Senators podcast. I'm thrilled to be back. First time in a week since last game. I missed the one against the Devils on Saturday. I was boots on the ground. I'll get into all of that. So happy to be right back here with this winning streak. The Sens are hot, have won 3 straight, but they're going to Pittsburgh tonight where their opponent has won 6 straight games. It's going to be a big test tonight. Linus Ullmark getting his second start since coming back from his personal leave of absence. Tons to be excited about. Sens are starting to roll. I'm pumped to bring you this. We started from the bottom, and now we're here, folks. Pumped to be here. Like I said, we'll have a couple guests during the stream tonight that I'm excited about. But before we get going and before the puck gets down, I want to let you know, as always, that this stream is brought to you in part by the Glebe Central Pub. If you're looking for a place that lives and breathes hockey, Glebe Central Pub is the spot. Right in the heart of the Glebe, just steps from Lansdowne. It's the perfect place to catch every game, every night. Great food and drinks, and even better company. But GCP is about more than just catching the big game. There's something happening almost every day of the week to appeal to every taste. Start your week with Wing Day every Monday, all day and all night. Trivia Night goes Tuesday, so bring your crew and put your knowledge to the test. Wednesdays is open mic night. Whether you play, sing, or just want to kick back and listen, it's a great way to celebrate Hump Day. Thursdays are all about cheap tacos, and of course, Saturday night is live music with no cover ever. Whether it's hockey, live music, or just a night out with friends, make sure Glebe Central Pub is your home base because, as you know, the vibes are free at the GCP. I was boots on the ground at the GCP, took the shuttle to the game, the best way to get to a Sens game. No more home games before the Olympic break, but hopefully check it out after the break, because if the Sens can keep this rolling, keep getting points, if 3 more games before the Olympic break, I know people might have a magic number they want everyone to be at, they want the team to be at. They're still pretty far out of it right now, the playoffs, but the way they've looked the last 3 games, I was there on Saturday, that crowd was lively. Linus Ullmark got a great ovation in his return, and he was fantastic. The vibes feel good. The vibes feel very good, and they weren't a few weeks ago. Let's put it that way. The vibes were not good a few weeks ago, but right now, man, like I said, this team is rolling. I feel good. I'm excited to see what they have tonight against a Pittsburgh team, like I said, who's been hot. The Penguins have been very hot. I still think the Sens can take it to them tonight and get Ullmark getting in there again. I personally thought they were going to hang up or hold up with him and maybe get Reimer in net for this one, Ullmark tomorrow night, but we'll cross that bridge. And yeah, folks, pumped to have everyone here with me. So we're going to do it a bit differently this time. I know Pillsy usually jumps in the first period with me, but we're going to do myself for the first period. Callum Fraser from Ottawa Citizen and Ottawa Sun is going to jump on with me again in the first intermission. We'll just talk what we saw, kind of his vibe coming out of those that homestand, obviously, and what the team's feeling like maybe. And then Pillsy will join in the third period, and I'm going to have to leave early again. I've got my own hockey tonight. So I will have to jump out early, but Pillsy will take us home and hopefully lead us to wrapping up a Ottawa Senators win. But that's what it's going to be, folks. I'm excited. And again, really appreciate all the support. That was our first game. Saturday was the first one I've missed since starting these. It had been 12 in a row. And we're back on the saddle right now. And the only time I'm going to miss these streams now is if I'm at the game, boots on the ground. And boy, what an experience that was. That was a great time. I had some good buddies with me. Did a little hit on the postcast. If anyone caught that, that was a lot of fun. I was full of bagels. The bagels they gave out for free at the CTC. Gotta love that. I think it's a fun giveaway. A weird one. If they lost, I would have had more questions, I think. But because they won, I'm feeling good about it. So just wanted to, shout out the bagels. I was excited for a win, man. And stood out in the cold for the hit on the postcast. Regretted it maybe a little bit after, but it was well worth it to talk about a win. And every time this team gets rolling 3 in a row like this, you want to obviously see it extended, but this week of hockey that they've put together has been really, really good. And I think this is another big test again tonight, like a team that they should beat still. This is not a matchup, obviously, in the standings. It's a mismatch. The Penguins are pretty far ahead of the Sens, but I think you ask any Sens fan, this is a win. This is one they got to win. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to be back here. It's been a while. It's been 6 days since I sat in this chair with everyone, folks. It's different vibe. But yeah, I missed it during the game. So obviously that was a great one to be at in person. The Sens really turned it on in the second half of the game, and the crowd energy was awesome. Ullmark was fantastic. Ullmark was so good. I can't wait to see what he brings tonight. He has stellar numbers against the Pittsburgh Penguins in his career. And boy, that building is not super full in Pittsburgh. It's the start of the game. People are rolling in. I can see on the stairs, but they're just kind of panning around the rink there. That's not a super full crowd. It's maybe a Monday night against the Ottawa Senators doesn't get people out of the house in Pittsburgh. I understand that. But no shortage of history with this team, these two teams. And we all know Sidney Crosby, this hat's backwards, but it's a Canada hat. In 1 week, 2 weeks, Sidney Crosby will be my favorite player. Tonight, he's an enemy. He's an enemy of the Ottawa Senators. He has owned the Ottawa Senators in his career. And away we go, I think. Is this puck drop? Yeah, it is. Wow, they were a little late cutting it to it there. Okay, puck drop. There we go. So I'm at 1943 as I said that. So if anyone wants to sync up with me, don't feel pressured to, obviously, but no worries. And we are off to the races here, folks. Here we go. Obviously, like I said, the Penguins have won 6 in a row. They are hot. That's a significant streak, in my opinion. And we'll do my best to kind of talk through some plays. There's a turnover behind the net, though. Timmy had a chance. I think everyone's clicking, though. I think everyone... Oh, look at Batherson and Timmy. Oh, what a save! Wow, that was a good look for Timmy early. How did Shilovs get that one? Great look for Stützle early on. Oh, that's a really nice save. Really, really nice save. Wow. Good passing from that line, though. Yeah, that's a great save. Sprawled over, didn't look comfortable. Wow. Okay. Hot start, though. Gotta like that shift. It's a great shift. And right over the boards with the Pinto line. Here we go. Sens are all over it early. I'm just curious how they're going to roll out the lines. You've seen 3 lines here already in the first minute and 10 seconds. Obviously, at that homestand, they got in a role of just using Pinto in that shutdown role, but I'd like to see them get him in more offensive situations now going forward, and clearly they are. They just took an ozone draw. And I believe I missed it too. Thomas Chabot was a game time decision, and he is out there tonight. So Thomas Chabot is playing. Had a little bit of a scare there. It looked like with his wrist towards the end of the game in New Jersey when he got called for that penalty, or against New Jersey, I should say. But when he got called for that penalty for tripping, which was ridiculous. But he's okay, thankfully. Obviously not okay, but he's well enough to play. And I think the fact that they've got this break coming up, that is something on the schedule. 3 games here, and then you'll have some good amount of time to reset here. I'd imagine guys are just going to play through minor things if they can. And he's clearly not going to feel 100%, but if he's on the ice, the team's better than if he's in the stands no matter what. So let's see. And Zetterlund, I got lucky there. He almost had a break against him. But he does a good job kind of getting back possession. That could have been dangerous. Here's a turnover. Dylan Cousins on it. It's been an energetic start from the Sens. And again, I'm not trying to underestimate the Penguins. Still having a really good season. I'd love to see them make the playoffs in the Metro there. I think that's just a logjam of a bunch of teams that I could see. I'm not bothered either way of who makes it in those second and third spots in the Metro, but I really want to see Sid. Here comes Tkachuk on a bit of a break. He gets taken down. So I've been happy seeing them play so well, but I think that the Sens are the better team. They've underperformed this season. Bit of a surprise year for Dubas and the Penguins. I mean, I don't know what you do with all the guys they had planned to kind of sell off. Like I think Anthony Mantha's a UFA here, and here he comes. He's on a breakaway. There's a tuck it down on Ullmark. Ullmark looking strong. That was a good chance. Nice move by Mantha, who I think has 18 goals. Here's Carlson with a nice little play in the neutral zone. Still hurts. Even though we got a good return, still hurts. Feels wrong seeing him in another jersey. And there's Shabbat moving up. Gets the puck deep. And out of play. Pretty lively start. Some good chances both ways here. That was a calm save from Ullmark. Like to see that a lot. Just nice position. Didn't give him anything. Nice. That's what you want to see from 35. God, he was so good on Saturday. And I know that Ian Mendez did a nice piece on just how the crowd was and what that game meant and how it was one of those nights at the CTC and you could feel it. Every single save Ullmark made, the crowd was on their feet cheering a bit louder than normal, and it was great to see. And could not have been a better return for number 35, and they need him. They need him at his best. Getting a lot of questions about the bagels. The bagels were great. Love that they gave those away. Was not expecting it, but how happy could I be? Free bagels and a Sens win? Doesn't get better than that. Here's Spence moving down. Tyler Clevin just did a little shot on net. He had the hardest shot recorded this season on Saturday night. The K train has a bit of a K bomb as well. What do they got for the key parts of the game for the Sens? Let's see. Curious. Simple attack. Okay. Interesting. I'm expecting a good game tonight. I am. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I know I said I think the Sens should win, but there's a nice save by Ullmark again. Spence did a good job in front there. Penguins are pressuring a little bit, though. On this fourth line and third pair. Halliday on the forecheck. Stole it from the goalie. Sens get it back. Jensen down low. They look like they get it out and regroup a little bit. Things have settled down a touch since those couple chances early on. Oh, Brady out front. Greg? Oh, that was close. Man, Kachuk's been a beast lately. Oh, Greg just stole it from Malkin. Brady? Oh, that was a nice save. This line looks good early. The captain's going, folks. Man, he's been nice lately. He's been so good. That was a good shift again. Greg had a good chance. Just didn't have it right in the wheelhouse. Yeah, that's a nice save on Kachuk. That's as good as it gets from him. Nice rip. Got to follow up that shift. If you're this other line here. They win the draw. Timmy wins it. Here's Sanderson moving. Down to Zub. Just missed Timmy out front. Oh, and here goes Stützle. Nice little regroup play with Giroux. Just lost the puck there. Back the other way. This game has some pace, man. This might be an entertaining one. Chances at both ends. This might be two teams on win streaks. Two teams feeling good. Go our first commercial break here. And as we do that, folks, just want to remind everyone, like and subscribe to the Locked On Senators YouTube page. Every live stream is exclusive to YouTube. Can't get them anywhere else. Postcast live after every single game on YouTube. And then you can get them on audio everywhere you find your podcast afterwards. But YouTube gets you some exclusive perks. Just take a minute, give a little thumbs up to that, to the video below. Really goes a long way to help us. And also subscribe to the channel. Goes a long way as well. Nick's got it. Smash that like button. Looking through the chats here. Yeah, I think Clevens was about 103 when I was talking about his shot there. Greg was close. Yeah, there's been some chances either way. It's a lively start. I think as both teams settle down a little bit, maybe we'll see a bit more. But again, that Tkachuk, Cousins, and Greg line has been unbelievable. Like I mentioned, folks, we're going to have Callum Fraser joining me in the first intermission to talk about the game. We have him for every road game on these, which is great. Love talking hockey with Callum. He had a nice piece on Jake Sanderson today for the Ottawa Citizen that I want to pick his brain about. And yeah, then it'll just be me. Okay, we are back. And there's Sid the Kid. The Penguins have the second best record in the league since Christmas. I'm assuming this is league-wide, and it's all Eastern Conference teams, 3 from the Atlantic Division. But the Penguins have the second best record since Christmas. They've been hot. They're 13-2-2, it says. Got the Pinto line against Crosby, and he wins a battle. Gets it out to Giroux. Sanderson joined him. Oh, he's Giroux in front. Oh, he's got some space, but he kept the puck. Pinto in the slot. Goes high. They're clearly going high on Shelovs. That looks like a pre-scout. That's been 3 tries already. Nice intercept by Pinto. And here come the Sens. 2-on-1. Nick Cousins. Over to Pinto, who just missed it. Just missed it. Good chance there. Great shift from Pinto. Got to get back, though. And they turn it over again. Awesome shift from Shane Pinto. Turns it over in the defensive zone and 2 good chances. But yeah, they're clearly going high blocker on Shelovs. That's at least 4 tries now they've tried to go up that high. That might be a pre-scout. And I'm like curious if they keep doing that or because he's looking good on them. He's stopping them. Oh, and here come the Penguins with some space. Oh, and they score. Who's that? Got in alone. He's moved quick there. Chinnikov. What a trade for the Penguins. All right, 1-0. 1-0. Shabbat and Jensen. We'll see that play again, but they just came up with speed there and got right through the D. Breakaway goal. I mean, it's the same guy every time, guys. It's the exact same guy every time for this team. All right, 1-0. Sends down 1-0. It's crazy. It's the same guy. And it's not even like in their wins, man. In their wins, it's been the same guy every time. You look at a lot of the goals against, it's number 3. It's number 3. And goaltending's been the biggest issue for the bulk of the season, but lately when they're playing like they have been, it's just a massive hole they've got in the middle of the ice. Or sorry, on the back end. So, all right, got to bounce back. That's our 4-4. Ullmark way out to play it there. Up to Timmy. Ah, he dropped it. They got mixed up there. This has felt like it's going to be a bit of a back and forth one, but it has to start now for the Sens. They gotta get the next goal. Obviously, it can't go down 2-0. I feel like to a team that's feeling it like the Penguins are right now. There's Jensen out there again. Timmy's had a long shift. He's still out. All right. Here comes Carlson. Stopped by Ullmark. All right. Calms things down. What's the chat saying? Is it just Jensen stuff? Yeah. Like, it's not... It's tough, man, because they don't, like, have that many holes in their lineup, which sounds insane to say. Like, I'm not saying they're a cup contender, but you look at the forward core and, like, the 4 lines they've established here. The blue line has felt pretty solid. Like, Sanderson and Zub are among the league's best as a top pair. You got Clevin and Spence really starting to get some chemistry together as a bottom pair. Shabbat, when he's at his best, is such a good number 2, kind of second pairing offensive defenseman. And it just, every goal against at even strength, you can look at mistakes number 3 makes and just his lack of foot speed and stuff. And I hate like pointing out if a guy doesn't look the same and like if it's not actually costing the team. I do, because it's not, guys have bad games, right? But the sample is so big now with Nick Jensen. You can't afford to have him in the lineup when you need to win games like this, man. It's every single game. Every single game. There's at least one mistake that he'll make that'll end up in the back of their net every single time. And on that one, it's a bad gap. It's a bad gap, and he gets beat for a 2-on-1. They had perfect positioning there, and he just gets beat by the forward. And it stinks. It stinks. But they gotta power through it somehow. I've been saying, I know a lot of people want like a trade for that, but it's difficult this season. Like these games are important, because how can you make a trade to make yourself better this season if you don't even make the playoffs? You know what I mean? Like, not saying that if they make a trade and upgrade on that spot for Jensen that they're automatically going to win more games. You never know. But the status quo with that pairing kind of can't continue, and you don't want to mess up the other pairings for it. So do you go with Shabbat, Matt, and Paolo for a little bit? They haven't really tried that. They haven't been willing to try that. I've advocated that they should get Carter Yakimchuk up and try him at least before going out and acquiring another defenseman and spending assets, because the last thing you want to do is go get a Mackenzie Weegar for assets. I like Mackenzie Weegar. I think he'd fit well, but he's 32 with like 6 years left on his deal. Last thing you want is to block Yakimchuk and Hensler for the next 5 years with another right shot defenseman. They went and got Jordan Spence. They've got Matt and Paolo. Like there's a lot of guys there now. So I'd like to see what they have in Yakimchuk. If he's worse than Jensen defensively, I'd be surprised, to be honest. I know his numbers aren't super flattering in Belleville, but Belleville's not as good of a defensive team as the Sens are. I just think that they have to address that. They have to not only get another guy, but they have to basically get Jensen away from this team. Because there's no rhyme or reason or anything saying that they wouldn't play him if he was still here, right? Like they could go get a Weegar and then maybe they scratch Spence again. I don't know, man. But when it's the same guy every time, you notice things. And Ullmark just got ran into there. No arm up. But here come the Sens. 3-on-1. There is an arm up. Amadio to Pinto. What a save. Shilovs looks good, man. Wow. Pinto can't score. Pinto can't score. He's so snake bitten. So snake bitten. But he's around it tonight. He's had a couple chances early. So the Sens will go to the power play here. Big opportunity. Big opportunity for the power play. 2 goals on Saturday was huge. Let's see this penalty. I mean, yeah, you can't run into a goalie. Ran right into him. I didn't think they called it, but another good look for that line, that Pinto line. See if the power play can capitalize here. Huge moment. The 5th best PK, though. Interesting. Kachuk and Cousins scored on Saturday on the power play. Dylan Cousins' game-winning goal. Here he is up top. Back over to Sanderson, over to Timmy. Playing with it up high. Cousins has it now on the other half side. Down to Batherson. Aggressive penalty kill. Right on them, right away. Here's Timmy. Up high. Down to Brady. They're looking for lanes here. Looking for lanes. Timmy keeps it in. Brady in the slot. Sanderson. Gave it away. Bad play. That was a bad play. Not confident from Jake Sanderson. Don't like to see that. They're really hesitant to shoot if there's no one in front, and they're not really establishing a presence in front. So that leads to not shooting the puck at all. Like that example from Sanderson was a perfect example of it. They're the opposite of trigger happy on the power play. Trigger shy, I believe. Here's Halliday. Second unit out here now. Chabot up top. Nice move. Oh, Spence out there. All right, 2 defensemen. Interesting. Chabot with a shot. Pinto again. Shane Pinto's had 3 grade A looks and he can't score. He can't score. He's going to get one tonight, man. I'm feeling it. All over the puck. It's finding him. 3 grade A chances at least. Maybe 4. Just can't bury. Had it alone in the slot there. Maybe he didn't get all of that one in the slot. See, like that from Chabot, man. Just shoot it. Just get it on net. Weird play from Sanderson. I didn't like that at all. You get it down. 20 seconds left. All right, not much doing on this power play. Maybe one more look. Halliday with a nice play. No, let me get it down. Not great, not great. Here comes Chabot. Back to even strength. And Sens ice it. Disappointing power play. But the one look they generate was Chabot just shooting it and getting it on net. Lose the draw here. Nice stop by Olmark. It's a nice save. It's Chinnikov again. It's a good look. This was like a set play. Another lost draw in the D zone. There's Pinto. Pinto's been noticeable, man. I know that I want him to bury some of those chances, obviously, but he's been noticeable. Covered up by Olmark there. Curious to see the rest of this period. I think the rest of this period is important. If you can keep this at 1-0 max, you just can't let in another one. Can't be another goal against. Nice pass by Shabbat. A little offensive zone draw here. Couple whistles. Plays slowed down a little bit. Yeah, Shilovs looks good though. He looks agile tonight. I was kind of hoping we'd see Stuart Skinner, new Penguin. Also looking like a good trade by Dubas. Deflects out. Another whistle. There's been like 5 whistles in the last minute of gameplay. Fourth line out there. Zetterlund. Let's just see who they got. Zetterlund. Oh, Zetterlund with Timmy. Okay. Mixing things up a bit, maybe. Batherson, Timmy, Zetterlund. So obviously putting Spence on that power play is taking Zetterlund's spot, I guess. There's a giveaway by Batherson, and here comes Pittsburgh. Just out of Crosby's reach. Now Zetterlund's got it. Carlson turned it over. Zub up high. Over to Batherson. He's got some space. Blocked in front. Timmy takes a hit. Zetterlund. Some pressure here. Oh, good try by Zub to find Zetterlund, who shoots it up high. Nothing. Batherson's got it. Nope. Puck's bouncing all over the place. It's bouncy. Spence behind the net. Up to Kachuk. Here comes Cousins. He's got some speed. Clevin joining the rush too. He's in front. Stopped. I like this Clevin Spence pairing tonight. They look good. More pressure here for the Sens. Spence throws it out front. Nothing. Brady's got it. Up high to Spence. This is good pressure. They drew another one. Ridley Gregg drew a penalty. High stick. Good work in the ozone, man. 2 shifts in a row. 2 top lines went to work there. And we'll get another power play when we come back from the break. All right. What are people saying? Yeah, I'm noticing Shane Pinto. Let's see. Early on here, noticeable players. Shane Pinto, Jordan Spence has looked good, and I think that's kind of where the list ends. Like other guys have had some moments, but Pinto's been all over it. So if the power play could capitalize here, they earned that call too. They've earned their penalty calls. The one on Olmark was a bit, thankful. They got that handed to them a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not disappointed with the response though. After that goal, they've pushed and they've looked okay. But it's like I said, it's almost like a bad goaltending, when one player kind of continuously seems to be sinking them. And I wish the replay was a bit better from TSN there to see the goal against, but it's pretty clear. They're both there. Jensen just doesn't have the foot speed and gets burnt. And that's why it's a 2-on-1, and that's why it ends up being a breakaway. Like, I think Shabbat's positioning was okay on Malkin. I didn't really have any qualms with it. But we'll see. I'd like that first unit to get a shot. No shot attempts. No shot attempts. In the first, for that first unit. The second unit had 2 shots, but huge power play here. The PK was aggressive, but they weren't assertive enough for my liking, the top unit. Let's see that shot mentality when they get back here. Sanderson keeps it in. That's going to count as a shot, but I think he meant to pass that, but we'll take it. Oh, and Timmy loses it. Bit of a break here for the Penguins. Oh, they're going to play catch now. Got to regroup here. 20 seconds gone. Batherson brings it up. Good entry. And Cousins lost it. Back down the ice. This is a good penalty kill. I will, like, 5th in the league is nothing to scoff at. So when you're playing a good PK, you got to sometimes tip your cap. But I'd like to see them generate something. The top unit specifically. These are the guys. These are your top dogs here. There we go. And I got the possession. Timmy in the slot. Brady misses. And it's a good pass over to Kachuk. I get it, but shoot it, man. Shoot it. Let's get that second unit out there. 55 seconds left. It's a decent look. Decent look. Giroux loses the draw. And here they come. Got 40 seconds. That looked offside, but they're calling it not offside. We'll have to see. Giroux gives it away, and the Penguins have 4 guys coming up the ice. 3-on-2. Just wide. Man, bad power plays. Got to come through with the man advantage, and they don't. Here's Pinto again. Oh, he gets rocked. A big hit. Here's Sabat. Gets by Kindle. Nice move. Pinto in front again. Gets knocked down again. Oh, and he's hurt. Pinto's hurt. He stayed down in front there. That's not good. Have to see that again. He looked like he landed a little awkwardly. Greg in front with a steal. Stopped. Shilovs looks good. He's so agile. They step up by Zub there. And he intercepts the next pass. Zub's so good. I want to see that play on Pinto again. 2 bad power plays, though. Bad power plays. Sucks. Because on 5-on-5, they've been good. I like what I'm seeing, but can't capitalize. There's Cousins with speed. His legs have been good lately, haven't they? Look at him go. Dylan Cousins. Oh, good rush. Let's see that play on Pinto. Are they going to show it? No, they're not. Okay. That sucks because that's maybe he's okay. Maybe he's all right. Out front, Timmy. Bouncing puck. Good battle by Stutzla. He's got it again. Brady shoots. It's blocked. Dying seconds of the period here. Sens are pushing. Got Cousins, Stutz, Kachuk out there. Nice pass. Jensen down to Shabbat. He's got some space. Tries to go far side. Why are you not shooting that puck? Come on. Maybe his wrist is bothering him that much, but he let that fly. This is just trying to be too cute what Shabbat just did there. Tough. It's a really good chance. He had so much space. Okay, Pinto's back. He's all right. On the ice right now. Just won the draw. Shabbat to Batherson. Blocked. Pinto got hit hard again. Playing physical on him. 10 seconds left. Jensen with it behind the net. Or to Shabbat. Up to Batherson. And that'll do it for the period. All right, man. Some missed opportunities there in that first. That's a bit of a disappointing outcome. But since the goal, I think they bounced back pretty well. Just got to be more assertive offensively, I think. They haven't generated enough good looks. And that was a lot of space for Shabbat, man. He could have walked in and gotten a good look there. Too many passes, but happy with the response after that goal. That's how I'm going with that period. Let me know what you thought. We'll have Callum Fraser joining us in any moment. Talk about what we saw. Talk about probably the Sens defense, the blue line, and just the makeup of it. And just what we thought about that period. Also, reminder, like and subscribe to the channel. If you just leave a quick thumbs up, goes a long way to supporting us. And subscribe to the Locked On Senators YouTube page. You get exclusive live streams. They're only on YouTube, not on the audio, not on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, anything like that. Just here. And then the postcast is live on YouTube after every single Sens game. The boys will be live tonight. And if you subscribe, you can get some notifications of when we go live, when the postcast starts right away so you don't miss a thing. Just please like and subscribe. Goes a long way to supporting us, and we appreciate it, folks. All right. Like I said, I think that was a good response after that goal. It was kind of just one mistake, back in the net, breakaway. That happens. But they pushed at 5-on-5. Power play was really disappointing to me. Power play was really lifeless. Top unit specifically. I think the only shots generated were the second unit. So got to be better if you get more chances. And the special teams game has not been kind to the Sens this season. So when you get the opportunities early, you want to capitalize on them. But at 5-on-5, I like their play. I really did. And I am now joined, like promised, by Callum Fraser. Callum, it's been a while since we've talked, buddy. How's it going?
Pretty good. Heard you had a pretty fun night the other last game and on the weekend.
I did. I was full of bagels. The giveaways were funny. Didn't expect it, but it was a fun atmosphere, man. That was a great way to end the homestand last game before the Olympic break. It was my first time in the building in a while. And I think they've carried over effort-wise pretty well. Just quickly get your thoughts on maybe that first period and what you saw.
Yeah, where'd they end with, like 14 shots or something? Like they looked really, really good. And Linus actually looked really good as well. Yeah. The power play was like a little disjointed for sure. But I think overall their 5-on-5 play is really, really strong. I think where there has been some offense missing from that third line, they had like 3 rush chances. Cousins sends like a bit of a grenade over to Pinto on that 2-on-1. It's just like impossible for him to get. Amadio with a great saucer pass over on a 2-on-1. And Pinto was like turning over a few pucks, especially like on Crosby and going the other way. So really good start. And Sheloff's has just been unreal. And I don't know. I didn't see another angle on that Brady Tkachuk opportunity that Tim Stützle set him up on the power play, but that seemed like a wide open net. So I don't know, they're playing really well. And the way this team is going, like if they had a period like that and came out down 1-0 in the first half of the season, I would kind of take pause and think, are they going to be mentally prepared and mentally like strong enough to fight back in these final 40 minutes? Because it can get, you can get down on yourself after a period like that and walk away down 1-0. But I mean, man, the past 4 or 5 games have just been unbelievable. And there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to carry. I don't know if they're going to win tonight, but there's no doubt in my mind that the effort's going to carry through to the next couple periods.
I like that pushback after the goal specifically. I think they really stepped up their game. And one thing we haven't seen in this win streak and really this play of late is them kind of have to battle back in a game where they do have their legs and they do have it and they just aren't able to, we've seen some blown leads, but we haven't seen quite that. So Callum, on that goal though, an issue that has kept happening is Nick Jensen. And I think that a lot of fans are frustrated. It's not just he's not as good, we want to upgrade. It's tangible mistakes every night that are ending up in the back of the net, positioning, foot speed, whatever it may be. This guy is not the same player as he was last season. What do you think the team should do for that spot? There's people saying they want to trade. There's people saying that they need to, address it. And some people like myself are saying, why not give the kid a look and Carter Yakimchuk? I'm thinking every other option because right now, even in their wins, every goal against you can look at, and number 3 is kind of been a liability so far, and especially as of late. I think he found a good groove there for a little bit around Christmas maybe, but he's really fallen back to what most of the season's been. So obviously it's no one has a crystal ball. We don't know what to do, but just it's an issue. It's a glaring hole on an otherwise pretty solid roster.
Yeah, you talk about giving a chance to Carter Yakimchuk. Well, why don't you give a chance to the 26-year-old Olympian that's sitting in the press box every single night? Like that one I don't get. And I think Travis Green has. I mean, hey, I've been his number 1 fan recently. like the guy has this team playing solid defensive hockey, and he has taken Jensen out multiple times this year, but only for 1 game. And I don't get it because they're playing the best defensive hockey the past week and a half, I think, that this team has played in, oh my God, a decade? Is it crazy to say that? It's remarkable the defense they're playing. They've allowed 5 goals in the past 4 games. 4 of them Jensen has been on the ice for. Now, so has Shabbat, but if you look at the goals, tonight, okay, I'm going to say it's 80% on Jensen there because Zetterlund's kind of hovering around Chinikov there. And Jensen just he's not playing it defensively enough. He's not playing it solidly enough. I think for the amount of times that he's lost his man, you should be playing a lot more reserved and a lot more safe than he was on that play. Also,
I think we might have lost Callum there, unfortunately. He's a little bit frozen right now. I'm going to wait till he kind of sorts out here. I'll bring him back. I think we got him back now. There we go. Just froze on me for a second there, bud. But we're good.
Okay, where was I?
You were talking about Jensen's positioning and how.
On the Chinikov goal, he's not playing safe enough, right? And Jake Sanderson can think about pinching on that play a little bit and then transition quickly and skate back and save a goal in time. Nick Jensen cannot. And look at the goal against New Jersey, right? He's covering a passing lane that doesn't exist. He's not covering a player. He's down on both knees like he has been way too many times this season. I don't even know, I don't know why he goes to that play. And he's also not covering the left side of the net, and it's an easy open net goal for Timo Meier there. Another one, Parker Kelly's goal, it was just handed to him. I have no idea what he's doing trying to boot that, especially in a game like that with the margins being so small. This is the one against Colorado in the 5-2 game. And he goes for this kick play when obviously it was just settle it down. The puck's looking really weird right now. Live to die another day and just get it over to Shabbat and start the breakout again. It's really shocking because last season, I think, was the first year that Thomas Shabbat has had a really, really solid defense partner and one that worked kind of like a la Carlson Mathot for him. Jensen was super sturdy. He wasn't relied upon, didn't have to be relied upon for offense. He was just there to clear the front of the net, make decent breakout passes, and just be really, really strong defensively. And this season, it's like the first month of the season, his mobility was really suffering from that offseason hip surgery. But then it kind of got better, but his hands got worse. And it's like the puck's a grenade on a stick in the most lax, non-dangerous scenarios in his own end, and he's just panicking. So here's the thing about, like, obviously I think the number one reason why Matt and Paolo should be playing right now is because he's a better option. But the number one reason why I think Jensen shouldn't be playing right now is because the problems that he has, I think, can be fixed by simply taking a couple weeks off, having some extra time after practice, just resetting, because it seems to be a lot more mental than it is physical right now.
And they have done it. To their coaching staff's credit, like, they've scratched him twice now at different times. It's been for one game at a time. And with such a condensed schedule, I'm not looking at that as them saying you need a reset. That's you need a rest for all the hockey you're playing here, coming off of hip surgery. But I like what you mentioned last season, because it is kind of fascinating. He did come in and solidify that top four. He was so perfectly fine last year. The Shabbat-Jensen pairing was elite. And now this season, they're just a black hole for this team. And you're right, Shabbat has some kind of onus. It is just funny, though, with Matt and Paolo, like, I don't know if he's necessarily the best option to upgrade the top four necessarily, but Matt and Paolo should be playing. I'm with you. And I think that all the problems that Jensen has, Matt and Paolo kind of is the opposite. He's big, he's rangy, he can move right now, he's physical. Jensen's not a big defenseman either. So I think that you're not getting the size advantage. Like, Jordan Spence plays bigger than him. I don't know the actual markup, what it is, but just watching, and like you mentioned, the puck play, all of that. And yeah, the team's been playing great lately, but his numbers haven't been good all season. His play hasn't been good during this stretch. And I just think that they need to take a look at what they have internally before going into this deadline, which could be right up to the deadline for this team to decide what to do. If you've got a guy like Mackenzie Weegar that you want to go after, I know that's been kind of floated around. He's an Ottawa guy. He's kind of been linked to the Sens for years. That would be a nice fit. But I kind of want to see what you have in Matt and Paolo, because if you get Weegar, he's sitting there still too. So I understand that. But yeah, with an otherwise pretty solid roster right now, they're kind of just allowing this thing to fester, and it's costing them. And they're down 1-0 now because of it. And they've been able to outscore themselves. Callum, I want to ask you about the power play before we get into more of the blue line. And I kind of want to lead into Jake Sanderson with it, but just talk about the power play. It didn't look as decisive. It was great against New Jersey, obviously, had their looks. This is a good penalty kill in Pittsburgh. Just would have been a nice moment for the power play to step up there and tie this game, had their chances. I didn't like what I saw from the top unit. Just curious what you thought of them in those two opportunities.
Yeah, I think they're getting pushed to the half walls and pushed to the point really easily. Like, Pittsburgh plays a very, very aggressive box style. Their two forwards are pressing constantly. But I think that, offers up an opportunity. If you can get the puck down low, your bumper is going to be wide open. And I think actually, a perfect example of that was what I mentioned, the Stützle to Tkachuk play, where if you're able to get the puck to the middle, they're not a team that really collapses very quickly. So I don't know. I think that the passing needs to be a little bit more quick. I don't know, but Sheilov seems to save everything that's going east-west, bang-bang, one-timer play right now. So maybe you need to switch it up and get some traffic in front and get some point shots. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. It didn't look like too bad. It's just I think they could have been a lot more methodical and quick with their passing for sure.
Yeah, and I think when they take that extra second, it lets a PKer get into the shooting lane, and then they look at that and they don't look to shoot, and then it kind of creates this ripple effect. And honestly, I think the best example of it was Sanderson had a pretty bad giveaway on the power play on that first one. Looked off a shot, maybe there was a lane there, didn't feel good about it, and tried to pass it off, and he gives it away. Uncharacteristic from Jake Sanderson, who was just unbelievable on Saturday night. I was a little bit hydrated in the crowd, but I did see, obviously, you can't not notice number 85 no matter what when you're watching. I was lucky enough to be pretty close to ice level. He's phenomenal, man. And I know that you had a piece on him that came out today. Can you maybe just talk about what you've seen from Jake Sanderson? And you and I can talk about Jake Sanderson all day. We already do, but let's do it again here for the people.
For sure. I mean, yeah, after that game against Nathan McKinnon and the Colorado Avalanche, and how I thought Cale Makar was pretty good, but Sanderson outshone Cale Makar by a significant margin, I thought that night. And it just got me thinking, like, there was that time a year ago in the Four Nations when he played as a replacement for Quinn Hughes, and the hockey world kind of went, this guy's kind of good, right? Like, especially coming in, short notice, and scored a really, really big goal in that final game. And I feel like this season, his start was fine, but he didn't shoot out of the gates, like he typically does. And I think that everyone kind of forgot, like outside of Ottawa, everyone kind of forgot how good he was right after he had gotten on everyone's radar, especially, scored an overtime goal in the series against Toronto. He was really good for the second half of that series. And I feel like I'm hearing a lot of names around that top three. So, like, obviously, like Brock Faber, Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, and Zach Werenski are kind of like your top four. But I've seen people talk about like John Carlson and like Darren Radish that should be getting votes.
A sexy one today. Yeah.
I read pieces. I have a note on it in the piece today. I read multiple pieces that didn't mention Sanderson. Not necessarily saying, oh, he should win, but not even saying, hey, if I had a vote, he'd be my fifth. He'd be fifth on my ballot or whatever. Not even a single person. And I'm just like, am I crazy? Because the past week has been, I can't watch every single game. I can't watch every single game of Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, Zach Werenski, right? Like I watch them when they come to town, and I watch them if the Sens aren't playing. But I just watch what Jake Sanderson's been able to do on both sides of the puck the past week. Like, this guy's unbelievable. Honestly, I'll say it. I think at this point, he is the most well-rounded defenseman that has ever played for the Ottawa Senators. And I mean, I know, Carlson won the Norrises. He was incredible. He was an electric player. Jake Sanderson, I'm pretty close to saying he's the best defenseman that's ever played for the Ottawa Senators. Pretty close. He does every single thing you could possibly ask for. There's not a single aspect of his game that is not elite. He is even like getting gritty in the corners and throwing his body around. He's fearless in corner battles, like just throws his body in there. There's not a single part of his game that isn't like an A+. And while the team overall is playing really, really well, if you watch him, it's everything. It all revolves around him. It starts with him, and a lot of the times it ends with him. And he's got these patented moves, like the drive to the net from the left side, protect the puck, drew a penalty against New Jersey the other night, draws a penalty all the time, either scores or draws a penalty on that play all the time. And yeah, man, it's just like every day I'm just in awe watching him. He's unbelievable.
I think the way that we feel about Sanderson is pretty telling, considering we watched prime Erik Karlsson, like you mentioned, for the best years of his career here, and he won 2 Norris trophies. And I know that you and I have talked about that, like I said, about Sanderson being the best all-around defenseman this team's ever had. It should kind of speak volumes of how well we regard his play, just given what we've seen in the past. If we had never had a star defenseman, right, it'd be like, whoa, look at this guy. He's the best thing since sliced bread. But the validity, like you mentioned, and I'm just putting up this comment here from Nick, and I don't know what site he's talking about, but he's 8th, like to be borderline top 10 in Norris Trophy odds on some sites.
So I don't know if it's changed, but and I think Nick is correct, but he's tied for 8th with every other defenseman that you can name, because I think it's like plus it's like the top 7 guys are. Yeah. And I'm not a betting guy. Like, I have no idea what it means genuinely, but the top 7 guys are all different numbers, and then it's like Sanderson and 100 other defensemen, and they're all the same odds. I couldn't believe it. Like, I had to click show more on the FanDuel or whatever to find where Sanderson was. Like, what are we doing? Like, I know they're not in the playoffs. They're not in the playoffs. Sure, whatever. But
which could have something to do with it. I do think that has something to do with it. You look at Lane Hudson in Montreal, and that's obviously, like, I'm not discrediting how good of a defenseman that guy is too. Obviously elite offensively, but like you mentioned, everything Sanderson does, this team's defensive identity has been geared around Jake Sanderson. It's clear there. And one more thing just before we go here for the second period. Go right ahead.
Yeah, just one last thing. Like, Erik Karlsson was amazing. I loved watching him. He was incredible. no one has ever worried about Jake Sanderson in any aspect of the game ever. Like his first year, DJ Smith was like, this is one of the best defensive defensemen I've ever seen, especially at this age. No one has ever worried about him giving the puck away, losing his man. He is far and away a better defensive defenseman and might be close to as good as an offensive defenseman as Erik Karlsson. Like this guy is unbelievable. And if he sticks around, he's going to be one of the best players in Senators history.
It's pretty fitting that they're playing this game tonight and Erik Karlsson's on the other side here, Callum. So we'll see you a lot this week. 3 road games. This will be the first one. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Appreciate you stopping by and look forward to seeing your grades after the game.
Cheers, buddy. Hope you're not still hungover.
I'm all good. The bagel saved me. The bagel saved me. All right.
All right. See ya.
Okay. See you, man. That's been Callum Fraser, a good buddy of mine with the Ottawa Citizen and the Ottawa Sun. Talking to Jake Sanderson. Yeah, he had a good piece there. Just talking about why isn't this guy higher in Norris voting? And can say that basically every season. It feels like this guy does everything. And I do think playoffs has something to do with it, which is totally fair for the voting there. But let's be honest, man. Like the defensive identity of this team is geared around Jake Sanderson, and look no further than that game against Colorado, like you said. All right, into the second period here. 19-minute mark. Penguins are coming over the blue line. Just missed high there. And Sens need a period here. Jensen wings it around. Need to kind of keep the momentum going. They had a good finish that first. Like I said, after Pittsburgh scored, I liked their push. 2 power plays helped that, but even at 5-on-5, they earned one of those calls for sure. With some pressure, just got to find a way. Shilovs look good, like Callum mentioned. And here they come. They got 4 over the blue line. Amadio, blocked. Amadio again in the slot. Michael Amadio! He had not scored in months. Michael Amadio. And look at the boys. They love that. Huge goal for Michael Amadio. Get that monkey off your back, number 22. Big goal. 1-1 game. There we go. He needed that one badly. I'm going to go look. I believe it's November, the last time that guy scored a goal. I could be wrong. Let me check. Just sticking with it. Takes it away in the slot. Nice screen by Nick Cousins. Huge goal for Michael Amadio. Awesome. Let's check that out. Pinto and Clevin on the assists. Michael Amadio's last goal was December 11th. December 11th. Almost 2 months ago. Wow. Long time coming for Michael Amadio. I don't know how many games that's been, but he's gotten some assists the last few games, but that goals are different, man. Goals feel so much better. Huge goal for 22. And he's right back on it now. Good pass to Eller. Oh, Halliday had a good look in front there. Sens keeping up the pressure. Lars Eller behind the net, up top. Spence, blocked. That goes down the ice. Huge goal. Right at the early in the second, too. All right, 1-1 game. Never seen a guy need a goal more than Michael Amadio did. That'll get the bench going. They steal by Kachuk. So Shane Pinto and Michael Amadio, Tyler Clevin, another point. We got a tied hockey game. Love that. Love that. Oh, Brady's in behind the defense. Oh, that was close. Didn't have the speed there. Brady's so good at hanging around up top for those stretch passes. Here's a good forecheck again. Greg gets it back. Sens forecheck is really coming on here the last few weeks. Did they call that? Yeah, that's an easy penalty call. Dylan Cousins drew one. Back to the power play. Chance to take the lead. Shots are 14-7 here early in the second. Sens have taken over here. Doesn't like the call, but I think that was one of those ones on the pants. Like if you cross check on the pants and just take a guy down, that's just such an easy call. Yeah, that's come on. I mean, like you can't. It's not like extending the arms, but for those who don't know, like when you push down on the back of someone's pants in hockey, it's an instant fall. Like your momentum takes you back. It's a good, like you got to call that. That's just you tried to hide it, but you can't do that. Second unit getting the start here. Because Cousins and Brady were a little gassed there, I think. So second unit getting the start on the power play. Giroux wins it. Here's Chabot up top. Shoots and it's blocked. I like the mentality though. Giroux in the corner. Around for Halliday. Pinto down to Halliday. Good puck movement. Pinto! Oh, good chance in front. Here comes the Penguins shorthanded. Shoot wide. That was good movement by Halliday there in the corner. I like that. I'd like to see them work it down low more. They spend a lot of time snapping around up high, but get down low. Pinto gets the puck on the entry. Like Halliday is just great. Here he is in front of the net. Pinto again. Shane Pinto is all around it tonight. Halliday at the side of the net. Giroux just missed. The second units look good tonight. Chabot has it. Out to Giroux. Nice keep. Spence and Chabot play catch. Down to Giroux. Over to Pinto. Can't pull the trigger. It's good movement. Spence, Chabot. Stopped. Oh, the rebound was there, though. All right, good look. I like that power play. That second unit looked good, man. 40 seconds now for the top guys, but I think the Sens second unit's underrated. They always have a revolving door of who's on it because of injuries and call-ups and whatever it may be, but they contribute a lot, and that was a good shift. Halliday, just look at that pass to Pinto. It's a good stick, though, but Chabot hammered that one. I mean, he's still shooting. That's good. It's a good sign for his wrist, right? Top unit's got to follow that one up. Timmy loses the draw. Oh, who's number 5? Wow, that was a really nice move. Just walked into the zone. And here come the Sens. Top unit's been a bit of a mess here on the power play tonight. Here's Cousins. Down to Timmy. Can't get it. Can't get a shot. Cousins gets it down to Brady. Over to Batherson. Up high to Sanderson. Oh, he just missed. That was a good look for Sanderson. Wow. Brady. Oh, what a save. Or crossbar maybe. Okay, that was their best power play yet. Third one, but still no goal. Still don't capitalize, but they had some looks there. That was good looks. Just got to keep the momentum going. Keep it going. Keep it rolling. There's Nick Cousins with it. Down deep. Now Cleven's got it. Moves it up. And they get it back down. And on the forecheck they go. Greg, Amadio. Amadio gets it. That's the great forecheck again from this guy. Like, Ridley Gregg all over it. Here's Carlson. Lars Eller. Takes it in. He's on his own, though. They're making a change. No forecheck. Good hit by Chabot. Pinto's got it again. Eller, nothing. Penguins are doing a good job in the slot of tying up the Sens sticks. So they just got to battle for these goals. Kind of like Amadio. Like, he didn't get the shot off. Oh, and here's Malkin. Chabot's there. Like on Amadio's, he had it in the slot, lost it, but then he fought back to get it. It's going to have to be those. It's going to be gritty. You got to battle for the goals tonight. Pittsburgh's doing a good job in front. Look at Batherson. Burst of speed on the forecheck. Gets the puck. I love a good forecheck. This team's... Oh, Spence whiffed on it. Malkin at the end of a shift, though. They got lucky. Cleven's got to peel back. Under a lot of pressure. Spence moves it up. Here's Timmy. He fell, but he gets it deep. Sometimes Timmy just blows a tire, and I wonder what his edges are. Like, what kind of skate sharpening does Timmy get? Because he plays so on his edges so much. And here they go. They got 3-on-2 here with Sanderson joining the rush. Nothing doing. Oh, get it to Kachuk. Oh, what a save by like he's just playing really well right now. That's a great look for Brady. Try to go 5-hole. He's been hot on the 5-hole. Maybe that's why he was thinking. Jensen up to Ridley Gregg. Gets it deep. Long time between whistles here. Jensen gets it deep. The forecheck from the forwards has been awesome tonight. They've got their legs. There's a bit of a rush. Shabbat's back, though. Jensen falls behind the net. Now Pittsburgh's got it. Point shot's blocked. Tired legs now for the Sens. The Penguins got it. Up high again. And Amadio gets it out. Good stick. I noticed the last few games Amadio would look better defensively. It started in that Colorado game to me. He was part of that unit that was so good. And then obviously getting on the offense is important, man, for players. Like just when there's that big of a slump. Oh, and here comes Mantha. He's got space. In the middle. Doesn't get through. End-to-end action here. Batherson, Timmy, and Giroux coming in. Again, long time between whistles. Wow. Really liking the forecheck for the Sens so far. There's a stop by Olmark, and we get our whistle. All right, I can look at the chat. I hate looking in the middle of play. Going back to the power play comments here, just reading everything. Over 3 is a tough look stat line. I agree. I agree. I like the pushback's been good. They're playing well, man. This is a good game. They're playing well. It's a big goal. Big goal by Michael Amadio. I'm pumped that he's the one to get that. And that line too, like Pinto getting a point because they've been all over. They've been great tonight. Oh, there's been some dialogue about the bagels. Okay, so the bagel, I ate one on the bus on the way back from the Canadian Tire Center. It was a great GCP snack. And then I just did cream cheese. Cream cheese, man. Got to keep it simple. Glassing out. I'm not opposed to butter, but definitely toasted with cream cheese. Easy. And I'll settle that debate. But I'm not a picky eater, but yeah, I think cream cheese has got to be the go-to for those bagels. I think they were everything or something like that. I felt healthier. Protein bagels, really good. Just dishing them out post game. All right, we're back. D-zone draw. Lars Eller wins it. And they get it down. Shots are 17-7 halfway through this game. The power plays have helped that for sure, but I think the Sens have definitely generated more zone time at 5-on-5 as well, and their forecheck is part of it. Now the Penguins are going to try and get on the forecheck. And Sanderson does give it away a little bit. It's loose out front, but there's 4 white jerseys there. Amadio gives it away. Okay, now he's got it back. Now Nick Cousins goes in on the forecheck. And Amadio steals it. Look at this. It's just causing problems, man. It just causes problems for the other team's breakout, and it just disrupts their flow. Forecheck's been awesome tonight. Oh, but I think the Sens might have taken a penalty. Is that what happened? High stick? No, it was a high stick. High stick. No volume for me. No audio. Lars Eller seems to be the de facto defensive zone face-off kind of guy on the left side. And that's why I think why they got him, because they had Gaudette there, who I know is having a decent season still, goal-scoring wise, but they needed a left shot face-off guy. And I think Lars Eller has been that for them. Got another chance here. Because they put him out with other wingers. Like he's out there right now with not his line, I believe, with Greg and Cousins. He's out there instead of Kachuk for the face-off, and he gets kicked out. So now Greg goes in, but if they get possession here, Kachuk will come right out. They lose it. That goes just wide, and here comes Nick Cousins, or Dylan Cousins, excuse me. Greg gets it deep, and there goes Eller. Yeah, just a face-off guy. They do that a lot. They do that with Giroux sometimes. Just their best face-off men. Get out there for a draw and then get off all the time. It's good bench management in game. Now here's Brady in the slot in his own end. Gets it out safely. It's deflected by Shabbat. It's behind the net. Penguins are kind of all over it here. A little bit, but not threatening right now. Here's Dylan Cousins. Try to wing it to the net there. Nothing doing. Zub jumps up. Yeah, they're having trouble with this forecheck from the Sens. No clean breakouts for Pittsburgh. There's Sanderson. Nice play. Timmy Batherson with some space. Oh, tried to go back door there. Good back pressure there from Sanderson. Shocker. And again, folks, I'm going to be joined by Pilsy in hopefully the second intermission at some point. Oh, here comes Timmy. Some space. Pulls up, waits for help. Batherson floats it on net. Frozen. One shot for Pittsburgh in 1953. Wow. I'll be joined by Pilsy in the second intermission, and I'm going to have to leave for the third period because I got my own hockey, so I won't be able to wrap this up and see this game through with everyone, but Pilsy will keep the show going. I think he did that a couple weeks ago, and it was a 4-1 win against the Blue Jackets, if everyone remembers that correctly. Good game in that one, too. Tight game, though. Another tight game. Kind of similar to the New Jersey game. Anyone getting the same vibe to the Devils game a little bit? I think New Jersey had a better start than Pittsburgh did overall, but I'm feeling a little similar. Just tied later in the second period. I think they have looked all right overall. I mean, one shot on goal, and that's the thing. Like Pittsburgh's had a decent amount of like rushes and whatever, but the recovery from the team has been so good. They're so good at shot suppression, and I think we just need to realize that. Like all season, they've been so good at just suppressing shots. .6:28 left in the second period. Yeah, they got the Jacques Martin claw. Oh, Sanderson just took a big hit there. Is that Lizotte? It's a hard hit. He's all right, though. Oh, linesman got in the way. Clevin gets it deep. Oh, no, not all the way. Now here comes the Penguins. Just a lot of dump and chase from both of these teams right now. Crosby's in the corner, up high. Blocked by Pinto. Now Amadio's got it. Over to Spence. The Sens regroup. And get it deep. Batherson steals it. Giroux. Try to get over to Stutzla. There's a lot of battles now. Timmy down low. Some pressure for this line. They've looked good as the period's gone on here. Shabbat over to Jensen. Wasn't even looking at the net. They're just trying to pass. That's the game plan, I guess. Shabbat down low in front. Batherson didn't get all of that. Not to single out Jensen again, but he didn't even look at the net there. Wasn't even thinking about it. They're all doing it, but he didn't even think about it. And another commercial. I'm going to start putting up some chats here. I have not interacted with the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I will do a bit better here. I don't know, man. If someone can have some time and make a compilation of how many times I yell shoot, that'd be funny. There's a lot. There's a lot. This is the type of game where the next goal feels important. It's tight checking, very tight checking. But I am getting some vibes to the last game. I got to be honest. But yeah, I'll be going to hockey, my own hockey at some point here. And And I hope to check my phone and see a Sens win after. And Pilsy will keep the reins going like I mentioned. A lot of people calling for them to shoot the puck. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, credit the Penguins. Obviously, the Sens are, I don't want to say dominating possession, but they're holding the puck a lot more, and they've had more sustained pressure than the Penguins have. And I think that the Penguins are doing a good job of making them, making it hard for them to find spots to shoot it. 6 Olympians for the Ottawa Senators. Nicholas Matenpalo. I'd like to see him in the lineup tomorrow in Carolina. But yeah, the 3 big dogs going to the Olympics. Nice forecheck from Brady there. Zetterlund. Oh, almost got that through. So Zetterlund, Eller, and Kachuk out there right now. Interesting. And Eller gets it out. But doesn't get it deep there. It's been a lot of neutral zone play. Again, 1 shot, though, for Pittsburgh in the last 22 minutes. 19-8 recorded shots on goal. Pinto on the forecheck. Oh, that might be a penalty. Nope. Maybe? Causes a turnover. Look at this. Pinto tried to throw it to the net, but it's blocked. They're just hounding them on the forecheck, folks. This is fun to watch. Got to be able to capitalize on it, though. Like, this is this team's identity, though. The shot suppression, the forecheck, the identity like that. Like, this has just grown over the course of the season, and it's hitting its stride right now when it matters the most for them. Greg DePinto, that's a nice stop. Another look for Shane Pinto there. Another turnover. Nick Cousins gets it deep, and in goes Ridley Gregg. Long shift now for the Penguins. Dylan Cousins behind the net. Battling, loose puck. And they get it out, and here comes Sid. Uh-oh. Oh, and he loses it at the blue line. Good stick by Kachuk. Dylan Cousins. Here we go. 2-on-1. Brady's charging the net. Dylan Cousins. Stopped. Well, Jensen just took a hard hit. That looked like a bit of an elbow there on Jensen. Crosby has it now. And he passes to no one. And it's out of the zone. Okay. Carlson's got it. Oh, and here comes, is this Kindle? Stop by Olmark. First shot in like 25 minutes for Pittsburgh. And here come the Sens again. Timmy tried to feather one for Batherson. Nothing doing. And here comes Pittsburgh. 2-on-1. Stop by Olmark. Wow, that's a big save. Big save from Olmark. He has not been busy, but that's a big, big stop. Now here come the Sens. End to end again. Oh, Timmy took a hard hit. He's back up. He's got it. Up to Clevin. Nothing doing. That was a big hit on Timmy. All right, under 2 minutes left. 1 before the end of the period would be huge for either team. So obviously need the Sens to push. Another forecheck. Their defenseman can't handle it, clearly. Pinto's got it loose. Puck is loose again on the side. Nick Cousins gets it up to Spence. He turns it over, though. But the Sens recover. Big hit by Clevin. This is a physical game. Physical game. The Sens don't give up much, man. Oh, broken stick for the Penguins defenseman. Got Eller, Zetterlund, and Gregg out there right now. I mean, look at the zone time. Zub shoots it towards the net. Another penalty on Pittsburgh. Wow, cross-check. I mean, when you have the puck the whole game, then you're gonna lead 4-0 in penalty calls. Penguins aren't gonna like it, but man, the Sens have had the puck all night. They just, as the penalty happened, the graphic for ozone possession time, and the Sens had 11 minutes, and Pittsburgh had about 5.5. Crazy. Sidney Crosby doesn't like the penalty. I'm stunned. Next week, I'll like that. This week, come on. In terms of cross checks, that's not a huge one, but all right, 28 seconds, and the Sens have a power play to start the third. Got to capitalize, man. They got to come through on the power play. Have to come through. Penguins coach is not happy. Top unit out there right now. Only have 3 credited shots and 3 power plays. It's got to be better. Cousins is kicked out of the draw. Brady will take it. And he wins it right to Timmy. Oh, I don't know if Sheilov stopped that or if that went out off the post, but that was a nice save if he did. That's a good look for Stützle. Wow. It's so rare off of faceoffs to get a look like that, and he had one. They win it again. Okay, Sanderson to the middle. Timmy back to Sanderson. Shoots it wide. 15 seconds. Batherson shoots. Didn't go in. All right. Shooting mentality. Maybe they just need no time on the clock to have a shooting mentality. That's all it is. Sanderson into the zone. Cousin. Oh, he had that. There's a chance. All right. 1-1 game. Sens dominating again. Just got to come through on the power play, man. Have to come through on the power play. I'll have Pilsy join me at some point here in the intermission, and I will hand the keys over to him. But for the moment, let's break down that period. What's everyone thinking? Oh, appreciate it, guys. Everyone's saying good luck for my beer league game. Really appreciate that. Those are good releases there. Good releases. It's a tight game. It's a tight game. It's close checking. Close checking. Yeah, I'll stick around with Pilsy a little bit and talk. We'll talk what we see when he comes in, and then I'll head out probably as the puck is dropping at the beginning. And I hate doing it. I keep talking about it because I hate that I have to do it. I wish I could stay through and sit through this game because this is a tight one. 2 points they need to extend the win streak. 2 win streaks on the line. Both teams. Yeah, the power play. I've talked a lot about the power play, man. They just need to come through when it matters. They need a clutch goal, and they were on Saturday. They won that game because of the power play on Saturday. But they need to do it again. They've had chances tonight, and the start of this third period is the time. And they've got a whole intermission to draw up a play, go through what's working. It's easier than adjusting on the bench. So they gotta find a way to get through. I liked the way that they were looking there at the end of that period on the power play, but that was because they were desperate and knew they needed a shot. But a big goal from one of the big boys would be huge to start the third on the PP with about 1.5 minutes to work with. Fresh sheet of ice. Just checking the chat here again. Yeah, not sure I want a power play. I kind of agree. And the game at 5, like we can talk about the power play not coming through here. The game at 5-on-5 has been very good from the Sens. This has been one of their better efforts, and that's saying something. Not even just generating, like they've had some looks, and I think the forechecks looked awesome. I just think that they need to bear down on those. But defensively, the way they're recovering, because Pittsburgh's got some speed on the wings. I'm noticing that. Fast team, some fast wingers that they've acquired over the years here. And I think that the Sens are doing a really good job getting back, though. So, yeah, they just need to finish on their chances. Michael Amadio coming through, because, again, like he comes through on one of them. This could be a 1-0 game if Michael Amadio doesn't. I'd actually say that was the best look they had that period. Their grade A looks were more in the first period for sure, but just got to keep going. Kind of a simple message in the intermission here. The blue line looks good, yeah, except for Jensen's mistake there. What are folks saying on twitter.com? Let's do a little out-of-town scoreboard check here, folks. Okay, a lot of games that we need to be caring about. So the Capitals are winning against the Islanders 2-1 at the end of the second period. Buffalo and Florida tied 3-3 at the end of the second. We need that to not be an overtime game. We need a regulation result one way or another. If it's going to overtime or in general, we want Florida to win. But that is tied 3-3 in the second period, towards the end of the second period. Montreal down 2-1 to Minnesota. That's actually it. We got Detroit and Colorado starting at 9, and then the Leafs and the Flames tonight. So a few games, but yeah, that Buffalo-Florida one is going to be a big one to take a look at. Happy for Michael Amadio. He needed that. Needed that goal so badly. I think I'm like what I see. I will also say, Jensen, I think, is having a particularly bad game. Like, even for his play this season, it's been noticeably worse tonight for him. So, I don't know. I mean, the Olympic break will be good for him, obviously, if they're going to keep using him, because at this point, no indication that they intend to not sit him for an extended period of time, like Callum was saying. So, I don't know. But he does not look good tonight. And that's, again, saying something. Because I think in the other games and those wins, he was doing all right. He had the mistakes that were ending up in the back of the net, but tonight he's just all over the place. All over the place. It's been a bad one. But also, this could be a 4-1 win or a 4-1 game right now for the Sens, and I wouldn't bat an eye. They've generated enough for it to be. And then we're not talking about Nick Jensen, but because it's tied 1-1 and it's tied 1-1 because of his mistake there, then you got to talk about it. You got to talk about it. Showing a little highlight pack of Brady. I think Brady's had a good game again. Not many guys haven't up front, especially. But I want to talk about that forecheck. There's a lot of emphasis, I think, on zone entries and not dumping and chasing. I know that with DJ Smith, the dump and chase got a lot of flack, and rightfully so, because it was bad and they were a bad team. But when you dump and chase, you can do it so effectively. If you have a good forecheck, dumping and chasing is how the Florida Panthers won two Stanley Cups back to back. They dump it in, and then their forecheck is relentless, and the other team can't break out. They just cause headaches. And I think the Sens forecheck has been at its best tonight. It's been so good. So good. Ridley Gregg, I've noticed a lot. Nick Cousins does that well. Amadio's been great, and then they're causing turnovers. It's been a really good offensive period. It's just that once they get the pucks back, they got to find a way to get a greasy one. This is going to be a greasy goal. It's going to be a greasy one. Amadio's was pretty greasy, to be honest. But yeah, they're defending well, and especially since Pittsburgh scored, I think they have like a few shots, maybe tops. Just looking at Twitter here. Trying to think of what else in that period stood out to me. I think the second unit had the best power play shift. So maybe they start the third. I don't know. They looked good. I think Chabot was shooting the puck. Giroux was winning draws and he looked good. Halliday was good down low. Wouldn't mind seeing more of that second unit because the top unit just doesn't really have it right now. They didn't have it. They were good against New Jersey on Saturday, but need the power play to come through. And now I've got Brandon Pillar joining me, and Pillsy to the rescue. How's it going, man? What are you thinking so far of this effort?
Bit of a boring game, Jack, but that's how we like it for the Ottawa Senators because they're playing their style of game. Like that second period was low event for sure. Oh, yeah. Like I'm taking notes all game, Jack, and I have 2 notes in the second period: the Amadio goal and Clifton cross-checking penalty.
It's been a possession game for the Sens. They're doing a good job forechecking, doing all that, but it's been boring. Defensive from both teams, and I actually think Pittsburgh is actually playing well in their own zone, making it really hard for the Sens. It's been physical too, but a lot of regrouping. Not exactly the type of game you want to be sitting here for a live watch party for, but I will say I had a good time with the Michael Amadio goal. Huge for him. He hadn't scored since December 11th, Pilsy.
It's crazy.
Such a long time.
And I mean, this isn't a guy that we're expecting to pop off scoring goals, but that's a long time. And especially he's been healthy. He's playing on that third line that's been pretty successful throughout the season. Now, mostly they're used as a defensive checking line, but still, you got good players on that line that can create offense. And it was a nice goal by him because it's a good second and third effort. Like he brings the puck into the zone. His shot gets blocked. Pittsburgh gets it. He steals it. And then he spins around and shoots. And also, you got to give credit to Nick Cousins getting in there for the screen because that's probably a save for Sheeloffs, who's having a really good night, in my opinion, if Cousins doesn't get the screen there. So that's one. Amadio is certainly stoked that he can at least reset that goalless drought back to tonight.
I thought he's been playing well the last few games, especially with that line. Pinto's looked awesome tonight. He's due. He's had so many chances. The best chances they've had have been on Pinto's stick. But the Amadio goal was perfect because it was he gets in the slot, loses it a little bit, and then he steals it right back, and then he scores. It's a perfect Michael Amadio goal, and boy, he needed that. You can see the way they were celebrating. They wanted him to get that one. But, man, this is another great defensive effort through 40 minutes from the Sens. And I know he hasn't been busy. He hasn't had to make many saves, but made 2, and especially one on a 2-on-1 there at the end of the second period. And that's a huge save. And I think he looks good again, looks comfortable.
Yeah, you certainly can't fault Allmark for the 1 goal Pittsburgh got. I mean, no. Nick Jensen missed assignment there.
We were talking about Jensen. I talked to Callum about Jensen in the first intermission because it was 1-0 Pittsburgh at that point, and it's a particularly bad night for number 3, and that's saying something because he hasn't been playing the best, obviously, as everyone knows, but he's standing out a lot in a bad way. So I'm curious what they do, man. Like that's a guy who clearly needs the break, the Olympic break, I'd imagine, for some kind of rest and recuperation. It's been a lot of hockey, but it's becoming a question of why you have that guy in the lineup every night, because every goal, basically, in the last, I think Callum said something like 4 of their last 5 goals they've given up over the course of this stretch have been Nick Jensen on the ice for. And you can point to his mistakes for a lot of them. It's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, definitely. And like, that's such a tough one because right as that goal happens, Jack, I look at it and I was like, oh man, of course that's Jensen there. But then I was like, you know what? I got to give him the benefit of the doubt at least. Like, let me look back at the Edge visualizer, where they see all the dots and you can see the full play develop and where guys are. Let me look back on that and let me double check, was that just he got beat by a fast player, not much you can do, or was he off? Did he miss his assignment? Did he play that wrong? Whatever. And just looking at that was just like, yeah, he completely played it wrong. I don't know how he got in that position he did. And then the worst part is Chabot, his partner, is even pointing at the guy. He's like, dude, you got to get Chinikov right there. Like, that's your guy. And he still isn't able to get him there. And then, yeah, you mentioned like what Callum was saying. I watched the highlights of that New Jersey game, and on the only goal they get, he's facing the wrong way, trying to block a shot when he was facing the right way to get in a lane to break up that pass, and then he spins around the other way, and they end up scoring. Like, I don't know, like it's tough.
It's clear that, you know, it's also important. Callum and I talked about this, so I'm reiterating what we talked about, but it's important because it's a 1-1 game, and the one goal that went in is on the defenseman who keeps giving up goals for them. And this stretch, like I mentioned, has been bad. The Nashville game was the start of it, and it just has not improved for Nick Jensen since then. The thing with Jensen is he was good last season, man. Like, they were a good pairing. They were actually giving positive minutes at 5-on-5, really helping drive that as, you know, Sanderson, Hamonic kind of figured it out and didn't figure it out. And then they get Zub back healthy, and like Shabbat Jensen was their best pairing for a lot of last season, for most of it even. But then his hip injury starts happening in the second half of the season, and he just doesn't look the same. He's not skating as well. The falling down and resorting to go down on his knees has to be because of the hip, because he wasn't doing that last season. Yeah. And it's just an automatic thing for him now in front of the net. And how many goals against have happened because of it? It's just a tough reality, but they got to do something, because they can't roll down the stretch with him in the top 4 and expecting to win the games when they don't maybe have their best, right? Like, they're back-to-back in Carolina tomorrow. He's going to get eaten alive out there. And this all at the same time, Pilsy, like, Clev and Spence look great tonight, I think. And Sanderson, Zub are always great. So you've got 2 figured out. You just got to kind of find a good space. I've talked about Yakimchuk, but Matt Palo is an Olympian, and not just on Team Denmark or whatever. He's on Finland. That's a good team. So I'd get Matt Palo in there as soon as possible for an extended stretch, and not just a game at a time, to see what you have before going to ship out assets for a guy like Uyghur or something.
Yeah, it's especially tough, Jack, because probably Travis Green looks at it and is like, well, I scratched Jensen for, 1 game, and we lost. Yeah, that was an 8-2 loss against Colorado Avalanche. I don't think that one you can hang on Martin Powell there, but he's probably thinking, okay, I got to keep the vet in here or whatever. But I would love to see Shabbat Spence as a pair, and then go back to Clevin, Martin Powell as a third pair, even if it's just for a game or two. Like, I don't know. It'd be nice to see. But yeah, we'll see if the Ottawa Senators are able to pull off a move at the deadline to either trade Jensen for some sort of asset to clear the space, and then use assets to acquire a top 4 right shot defenseman. But it's going to be difficult. There's not a lot of options out there, unfortunately. And I think more likely than not, we're probably going to see this decor remain the same throughout the rest of the season.
And again, that's not the end of the world. They just need to find a way to work Matt and Palo in there more. And I'd even try Shabbat, Matt and Palo if you can. Like, they got to try something else than what Jensen's providing them right now. And I mentioned it before he got in, like, it's a particularly bad game for him, which again is saying something. So won't focus too much on Nick Jensen. Offensively, what are you seeing? I think the power play needs to come through here. I was saying that right as you jumped in. I think I've loved their game tonight overall, stacked up against the ones they've played recently, which is saying something. The power play has not been good enough. Just a little too passive for the top guys. Good PK they're playing, but they got to find a way here. Their 4th try. Pittsburgh hasn't even had a look yet.
Yeah, especially when you're the only one getting power plays. Like, that's when you really got to take advantage of. They had 4 straight where they're not able to get much of anything going. Like, I can't even look back at my notes. Like, I can't even look at one time on the power play where they're generating any offense or good looks. Like, it's just been tough, which is not good for the Ottawa Senators power play that is consistently inconsistent, right? Like, they're so streaky. We saw last game, they go 2 for 3, and then now they're 0 for 4 starting the night here. So Ross said it. That was his key to victory, is he wants to see 2 power play goals. Well, they're 0 for 4 so far, so they're going to have to find some magic in the third period here. Not to say that they can't do it, because they've got the right guys. It's just about finding ways to get open lanes and take those shots when they're available to you up against this Pittsburgh penalty kill that is surprisingly decent. And then my key to victory was, we got off track there. I brought up Nick Jensen. That's my bad. My key to victory was Linus Ullmark has to win this game for the Sens. That's not to take anything away from his performance against the Devils, but I want to see him completely shut the door in this third period. And then the Sens just have to get a greasy one. Like, it doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be a Tim Stützle highlight reel. Like, just find a way to get traffic in front, which is partly what got them success on that first Amadio goal. And Sheloves is having a great night. And I don't know if you've noticed it, Jack, but they're really targeting his blocker side. And
yes, I said that in the first, Pilsy.
Yeah, but he's been solid. Like, it's not like obviously you got to assume they have some sort of stats or analytics towards doing that, because it wasn't just like a couple flukes, and it's not like this is a team that's just always shooting blocker. But he hasn't looked shaky, or it's like, oh, maybe they could get one there. I mean, one of them I think did hit the knob of his stick, so maybe if that one goes in, you're thinking a little differently here. But I think traffic in front, you got to find ways to just get those rebound chances, and I think that's the way the Sens are going to be successful here. And then, yeah, like I said, let's get Linus Ullmark another big confident boosting win.
I think you're bang on. The looks that they're getting on Shilov's, like, it's clear that they had a pre-scout on him, and it was to go high blocker, and they have stopped doing that because they haven't gotten clean looks. Like, I'd imagine the expected goals or whatever it is, like, they haven't had a ton of high danger chances, and especially in that second period. But Shilov's has been there, man, and they're trying to get him to move. I just think they need to start sifting them through from the blue line and just get a bounce. It's one of those games. They just need a bounce, but they're playing great. So Pilsy, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick around for this power play, and then I will probably head out hand over the reins. I don't like doing that in a close game, and especially when I won't know what the outcome is until I'm off the ice tonight, but that's part of the fun. Big one. We went through the out of town scoreboard as well. That Buffalo Florida game is tied after 2. Yep. That's a must be a 2-point game. So hopefully that ends up in regulation, but the Sens need 2 points first. And here we go for the third period. Do you want to sync up here quickly?
Yeah, definitely. Right now I'm on a Tim Stützle ISO.
Okay. I paused it at the puck drop. So let me know when the puck drops for you.
Okay. Will do. Yeah. Need a big period here. Boys. Okay. Ref taking his time. Here we go. Oh. Puck drop.
All right. So
bang.
Timmy's got
Third period. Let's go.
All right. So they scored early in the third period, broke a tie, game-winning goal from Cousins on Saturday on the power play. Let's see if the top unit can come through again. Oh, Brady fell.
That was close to being offside.
Timmy? Oh.
He loves those.
Oh, so good at
sneaking them in, just coming off the wing there. Jack, how do you feel about a separated power play? Like, you only get a little bit at the end of the period, and then you start the period with the power play. Do you like that or no?
No, absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. The only thing I can see, I get the clean sheet of ice is nice.
That's what Martian always says. Yeah,
I know that the center ice faceoff kind of stinks, but they just got in the zone there in 10 seconds. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
For all things considered, and actually their power play, like, people talk about the entries. They might take a long time, but their entries have been pretty good, I think, on the power play this season. Like, they've really done a good job of making sure they get in. Like, Batherson and Timmy have done a good job here. Like, this stuff, they get in a lot.
Especially the first unit. I think the first unit does not struggle to get in, because you got Timmy, Sanderson. And those guys are one-man entries, right? Whereas, that's a deflection.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to call that. The second unit, I find, has a little bit more trouble. I think that's why we typically see Travis Green start that second unit off right away, let Claude Giroux win that face-off, and then they're already in there. I don't think we see very often, if it's a face-off not inside the zone, that second unit starting.
Well, they want Timmy transporting it, and he just had a look right down Main Street there, and I don't know if he got it on net. Cousins, high. They're going high. They're going high. It's clearly the book. But they've had some good looks here on this power play, more than they had in the other ones. Batherson down low to Timmy. You got to rip that, man.
I would have liked Timmy just to rip that. He had the lane, and is he in a good spot? And that was right on a tee for him.
There's been at least like 3 or 4 times tonight in that spot, different players have just elected to pass it. Like, get it on net.
Yep.
Can't score if you don't shoot.
Unless you're Tim Stutz the last game against the Devils.
Yeah. Well, they're spending so much time working their tails off to get to those areas. It is hard to get there. And when they get there, you can't be looking up looks.
Yeah.
They're passing up looks, and here comes Pittsburgh.
There we go. Good play. Keep them wide there.
All right, I'll go next whistle. I'm going to head out next whistle. That was a block, right. I don't think that got to the net.
How about Tyler Clevin recording NHL's hardest shot of the season? That a boy.
Crazy. And I remember, like, I was in the building for that big boom off the pads. It was one of those ones. Like, it was hard on the ice, and that was a nice shot from Clevin. I think they've looked good. Like I said, him and offside. All right, Bills, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to head out.
All right, Jack.
Appreciate you holding down the fort. All right, everyone, stick around. Let's hope to see a Sens win. And tight game. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. And Pillsy, good luck, man.
All right, thanks, buddy. See ya. Have a good one. All right, there goes Jack Richardson. Just an incredible job doing a lot of the watch party on his own. We always try to join as much as we can. So I'll take over here. We got about 17 minutes, 45 seconds left in this game. 1-1. Ottawa Senators out shooting them 23-10 now. So this dam's got to burst eventually. And especially if the Ottawa Senators get another power play opportunity, you cannot go 0 for 5 and expect to win a game here. And they're playing good. I know I mentioned it before, second period, a little bit boring, but that's a successful style of game for this Ottawa Senators group, is play boring, low event hockey, especially when you're tied here. Let's see if they can hold things down, continue to play a good defensive game, and then try to finish one of these opportunities. They're getting the opportunities. According to Natural Stat Trick so far, the Sens have 9 high danger chances, 22 scoring chances here. So the opportunities are here. So A Yashin 19 says, let's at least get it to OT. I don't want to think that way, man. We're on a 3-game winning streak here. This is a beatable team. This is a winnable game. We got to win these games in regulation. I know Pittsburgh is a Metro team, so it's not as big as a threat. It seems like the Atlantic Division teams are a much bigger threat. Why not win in regulation? No, obviously that's ideal, but I just think that it's not like this team's getting outplayed right now and it's like, oh, just hold on to get to OT. No, keep the pedal to the metal and let's finish this one here. All right, Penguins coming back with it. I feel like I'm probably jinxing it, but I haven't noticed Crosby a lot here, and maybe I honestly should have just kept that to myself. But or Carlson, I haven't noticed Carlson much either. Yeah, people asking where's Jack going. He's got beer league tonight, so he held down the fort as long as he could, and he's going to do his thing in playing beer league in Montreal as a Sens fan. That's got to be interesting. He says his teammates are always giving it to him, so that's tough. That is, we talk about being in enemy territory. That is enemy territory right there. I mean, Pittsburgh, enemy territory as well. Let me know in the chat. Do people still have that strong hatred for Pittsburgh? Obviously, so many playoff series in the past with the old era of Sens, but I don't know if I still feel that same hatred towards Pittsburgh like I used to. Now, it still makes me sick to my stomach that Erik Karlsson is a Pittsburgh Penguin and has been there for so many years now, and I hate seeing him in that jersey, but I don't have that same hate for the Penguins, especially they've dropped off a little bit recently in the last couple of years. Having a great season this year, you can't deny that, though. It's a good play by Eller. I'd like to see him get on the score sheet too. Again, not that that's been the reason he was signed or brought in here, but it feels like it's been a while for him. And that fourth line's got some juice. Eller, Zetterlund, and Halliday. Like, there's no reason why they can't create offense. All right, so some players or some people in the chat still saying they have that hatred for the Penguins. Obviously, it's never going to be the same as Leafs and Habs, but is it above Sabres or Red Wings for them? Because still, for me, the Penguins are below that for me. Now, obviously, those are all division teams. That makes sense, but There we go, Allmark. Nice clean glove save. Hold it easy. One thing that I like that Allmark does is he's not really he doesn't get all crazy trying to play the puck. And why would you? You're on a team that's been top 3 in faceoff percentage the entire year, and pretty much anyone that's at center you can trust to take draws. And heck, pretty much every single line has a competent winger that can take faceoffs too. So if I'm Allmark, I'm slowing it down. I'm covering it. I'm letting the guys regroup. I'm letting opportunities for line changes happen. I like that he's got that calmness to him, or at least recently, for sure. I would be surprised if Mario gets another one. Actually, I feel like he's feeling it now, and he's got the green light to shoot it. So let's see a 2-goal game for Michael and Mario here. That'd be fun. Okay, let's go. Zub stretch pass. He's been really stretching out those passes recently, Artem Zub. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Timmy. Attaboy. Great play by Batherson there, too. That was awesome. Let's go. 2-1 game. Give it to the German. Yeah, Batherson pretty much full breakaway. Oh, he tried that little flip play, and Shilovs isn't able to catch that. And that's where Timmy just cleans it up there. Nice play all around, honestly. Whew. Let's go. Timmy's just so good, man. Oh my God, the superstar. 7 points in his last 5 games for Timmy. Okay. Now let's see Allmark close this one out. Theo Man 1534. Timmy hitting 40 goals for sure. It's not that crazy, honestly. Like, what's he at now? Is that 26? Yeah, Timmy's 26th goal. He could get 14 more goals. That's not crazy at all. AJ Singh 1296. Batherson, Shabbat, Zetterlund, Cousins. Are these good enough for the second wave? We need another D man. That's definitely fair. And I've been saying it. I don't think we really need the update or upgrade rather on forward. I think it's got to be D. You got guys like Yakupchuk, Hensler in the way in the prospect pipeline, but they're not ready yet. And rushing Yakupchuk, I don't think is the right thing to do. And Hensler obviously is a ways away, still in college. But you hope those guys eventually can step up. Jordan Spence has been really good. Be interesting to see what his contract will look like moving forward here, RFA. But yeah, there's just not a lot of easy options to try to find that right-hand shot D at the trade deadline or before it. And the Sens don't have a lot of assets. So makes things difficult for sure. But hopefully the Ottawa Senators can either figure it out or make do with what they've got here. Some people are commenting on the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's see where things are at. Yeah, Sabres-Panthers tied at 3. Lots of hockey left, though, but hopefully that one does not go to OT. We love seeing the Minnesota Wild up on the Montreal Canadiens 2-1. Those are kind of, I guess, and then you got Islanders Capitals. The Capitals up 2-1 on the Islanders. I guess that's what we want, seeing as the Capitals are, well, I don't know. You don't really, it's hard. There's no one you want to root for. Really, you're just rooting for games to not go to overtime. Oh, good call, Can Control Life. I will change the score on the score bug. You guys know I am not the top producer guy. Ross is always the guy clicking the buttons here, but I will update this, especially when the Sens are winning. I gotta get on that. My bad. Good call. There we go. 2-1 Ottawa over Pittsburgh. Let's go. Thank you. No, you're right. You're right. Can't control life. It's bad luck. I got to be better than that. That's on me. That's on me. Full Sweat Tryhard says, you're the top producer tonight, Pillsy. I will do my best. It's pretty clear when I'm producing the postcast and Ross is behind the scenes because he's clicking all the buttons, pulling stuff up, and I'm just trying to stay with it. And I can't really multitask like Ross can. Here comes Sanderson out on the wing. Oh, nice. I would have liked for him to go high there, but nothing wrong with trying the 5-hole. Oh no, the chat is updating me. I feel like I'm going to be sad in a couple seconds here. Dang, that one just slipped through. Those are some tame Penguins fans. Dang. Okay. Block or save, and then it's right there. That's a tough one. Well, that didn't last long. There we go. Updated right away for you guys. Producer Pillsy on it. Yeah, that's one where you like to see a better box out from Shabbat there, but I mean, it's just more of a lucky goal than anything. I'll say that. Maybe that's copium, but all right, lots of time here though, guys. It's all good. 10 minutes, 40 seconds. Some of you guys are ahead of me, but I'm very confident the Sens can get another one here. Especially when you got Tim Stutzel on your team, guys. Anything is possible. All right, Penguins bringing it in. Keep them wide. Attaboy Zub. Yep. Oh. Yeah, let's get a change here. Man, Chinikov has looked really good. Him and Malkin are just connecting really well. Like when Pittsburgh made that trade, I remember there were some Sens fans being like, why didn't the Sens do that? And I was kind of like, I think Chinikov, I don't know really what he's made of or if he's the guy. Like, because I don't know if he's a true top 6 guy. And that's, if you're going to upgrade him forward, that's what you're looking for if you're the Sens. But got to admit, he's looked really good here tonight. And I mean, most people playing with Malkin, they can play pretty good, but Oh. Nick Cousins cross-checking penalty. Travis Green's not going to like that. I mean, yeah, I get that. They've been calling that. They called that one on I think it was Wotherspoon or someone on Dylan Cousins. So if that's how you're going to call it, that's fine. It goes both ways, I guess. But that's one where Carl kind of toe picks a little bit there more than anything. Not saying it was a dive, but just the way that he falls. But that's tough because I feel like these are the moments where you've had 4 power play opportunities and you haven't capitalized on any of them, and Pittsburgh's going to get 1 and bury it. Obviously, hopefully that doesn't happen, but that typically is how it goes, in my opinion. But it's not all doom and gloom. The Sens went 5 for 5 up against the New Jersey Devils on their penalty kill last game. So let's hope they can go kill this one off here. This is crucial. And that would be such a big momentum boost. You know, bad penalty to take, really, and you kill that off, keep it a tie game, come back with momentum, score. That's what we need here. Yeah, there we go. It's a me, Eric. That's Pinto Shorty incoming. The penalty play or the power kill, whichever one you like to call it there. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen a shorthanded goal, especially from Pinto. And we know Pinto getting a point is always something that helps the Ottawa Senators score. Yeah, Spanish Flea saying the same thing, incoming shorty. I like the way you guys are thinking. That's actually the right play. Let's not get worried about a power play goal. Let's get excited for an Ottawa Senators shorthanded goal. Michael saying Ridley going to score. I wouldn't mind that. Ridley Gregg's been hot lately. Yep, AJ saying also got Greg. All right, here we go. Maybe Timmy shorthanded. Oh, they wanted a call there. That was a bit of a hold on G's sweater, but yeah. So those aren't stats you want to see. 3rd best power play up against the 30th best penalty kill. Okay, icing, not good. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tuck the chat away here. I don't want any spoilers. Just for the penalty kill here. I don't want you guys spoiling Pinto's shorthanded goal on me. Amadio and Greg together here. All right. Offside Penguins. We're slowing them down here. They can't build any possession without a whistle, so that's good. Yeah, this is a good power play with those guys Noodles just mentioned. Yep, nice Sandy to Zub. There we go. Odd man rush for the Sens. That passes in his feet. Not much he can do there. Penalties half over. Mantha. He is massive. Big dude. Carl at the point. Slap shot. Allmark, nice save. Good positioning. No rebound. Like I mentioned, just cover that up. Wait for the whistle. Nothing wrong with that. Nice save, Allmark. All right, let's get a face-off win here. Oh, and that's face-off loss. Eller. Oops. This top unit staying out there for Pittsburgh. Nice. Good play to break that up. Eller, attaboy. That's what he was brought in for, right? Penalty killing. Good defensive play from a vet. Yeah, keep it slow down here. Yeah, there we go. Good clear by Spot. There we go. That's a good penalty kill. I will bring the chat back here. Nice. Good kill. C'est bon. Huge. Huge. All right, 7 minutes left. Let's go. So no shorthanded goal, but we got the kill. Yeah, I'm sticking with my prediction. I think Amadio gets another one here. Tammy just dangling, just dancing into the zone. Although passes it back out of the zone. If you enter the zone, it's your right to pass it out of the zone, I guess. You just got to get it back in. I'm not sure how Pittsburgh is as a past regulation team. I'm not trying to jinx it here. I'm hoping that the Sens finish it before that, but or you know what? Maybe Nick Cousins could get one too to redeem himself for that bad penalty. Either way, I'm going to say the third line. How about I open it up to that? The third line is going to get the go-ahead goal here. How do we feel about that, chat? No icing. Let's roll. Shabby dumps it in. Oof. All right, Jensen, let's move it out of here, guys. Oh, Timmy swats at it. All on G. Oh! Show us that goal. G looks hurt there. Crashed into the net. I didn't see any signal from the ref there. That's weird because he didn't say no goal either. Oh, man. Hope G's okay here. Yeah, that's not good when he's hit into the post there. Timmy's got that baseball swing on him. We've seen it before. What a play. And G's all alone. Nice backhand, forehand, deke. That's got to count, no? He's knocked down on the slash from Carl. No goal on the play, but Carl gets a tripping penalty. I mean, at that point, why is it no goal? No, I don't know if that's a play you can challenge there. But who knows? I mean, geez, the NHL, it's impossible to keep track of how goalie interference and goals and no goals go. Because I don't know, maybe they're saying that was a delayed penalty, and then Shilov's making that initial save that then blows it dead. I don't know. Like, that's got to be a goal, though. Like, you're in on a breakaway, he trips you, and you make contact with the goalie, but it goes in after. Like, Drew doesn't crash into the goalie if he doesn't get tripped up there. And I don't know if you can challenge that or not, but like they've already given the power play to Ottawa. So like if you challenge that and you don't get it right, is it then 4-on-4? Like, how does that work? Man, that would have been a nice one to put the Sens ahead. If it does stay no goal and they're just on the power play, again, they've got to get it here. Like you can't go 0 for 5 and expect to win. This should be a goal. What a move by G also. Like G doesn't knock that in. That goes in on its own. Sure, Shielovs gets bumped, but not Giroux's fault. I don't know if a long look is good or bad in this situation. And Noodles is a goalie hugger, and he's been saying this whole time, I think this is a goal. Friend of the show, Jamie McClan. I don't know. Yeah, it definitely is. Come on. Yes. Yes, we do have a good goal. All right. All right. Don't hit G too hard on the helmet there, guys. Settle down. Woo. Here we go. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Replay guy. DJing with it here. G loves that. He's laughing on the bench. There we go. 3-2. Ottawa Senators. Don't worry, guys. I'm on it. I'll change the score here. Wait a second. Is Pittsburgh challenging this? No. What? So is he challenging for goaltender interference? What a dumb play, in my opinion. Again, who knows with goalie interference in the NHL, but it was so clear. They were calling him for a trip, and you tripped Giroux. He's falling down because of a trip, which was called a penalty. I don't understand how that's going to be goalie interference. If it is, we riot. Because he doesn't go into the crease on his own, which is the one thing they always talk about. He was brought down by a Pittsburgh player, and that puck was going in. This is a mistake by the Penguins. The Sens are going to get the goal and the power play here. Yes. Obvious call. What a dumb challenge by Pittsburgh here. That's classic coach being like, I didn't like how that play went, so I'm going to challenge it, even though I don't think it could be reversed or it's clear that it was called the correct way. And I mean, sometimes you just flip a coin on goalie interference and you hope it lands the way you want. But that was very questionable. Like, I bet the Ottawa Senators video coach does not recommend they challenge that. Dan Muse is pissed. You done goofed, buddy. That's on you. Dumb challenge. Let's make him pay here now. That draw should be in the offensive zone. I get it's after a goal, but every power play, you should get the offensive zone draw. In my opinion. All right. Let's go here. Not a great start. Puck's bouncing over sticks. Stützle trying to enter the zone here. Penguins fans booing all over the place. Keep those boos to yourself. That was the right call. Unless they're booing their coach for the challenge, which I can support that. All right, Sandy. Let's go. Okay. All right. It's in the zone here. Wrapped around, kept in, wrapped around again. Timmy kind of a weird spin pass to the middle. That gets cleared. Let's get the second unit out here, honestly. These guys don't have it right now. Let Sandy bring it in, though. There we go. Good zone entry. Spence shot. Is Spence on this power play? Okay, we got Spence and Shabbat on this unit. That's interesting. We don't see that very often. I've been hoping to get Jordan Spence on the power play here, but I kind of thought it would be in replacement of Shabbat. There we go. All right, that one's cleared. Another wasted power play by the Ottawa Senators. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but very unfortunate. All right, let's shut it down. Last 3 minutes here. Although I'd like to... Oh, nice. Good steal here. Cousins shot. I'd like them to play more with the mindset of the best defense is a good offense. You know, I don't want them just to playing not to lose. Let's play to win here. Let's get that second goal. For all our puck line bettors on FanDuel, let's make that happen. Carl bringing it up. He's still got it, man. He looks so good there. What an inside-outside move and backhand shot. Nice simple save by Ullmark there. 2:22. We'll see when the Penguins decide to pull the goalie. It's going to be tough for them because they have not been able to hold any sort of possession. Okay, there goes the goalie. 2:05. Penguins empty net. Sens has done a good job scoring on the empty net lately, so let's see them continue with that here. Crosby behind the net. That scares me. Carl shot, blocked. Still in the zone, though. Minute 45 left. Come on. These guys are tired on the ice. Yep, get it up. There we go. At the very least, get a change here. They clear it. Panic change. Doesn't bite them, though. This unit for Pittsburgh's been out a long time, too. Okay, that's out of play. All right. Whew. Yeah, let's see if timeout gets called here. Obviously, Travis Green not going to do it. Never calls timeouts. Yeah, this is a Pittsburgh timeout. All right. I feel good about this, guys. I feel good. All right. Sliding the chat away. I don't want any spoilers here. Minute 20 left. 3-2 Sens. Penguins empty net. almost doubling them in shots. Let's close this one out. All right. Don't win that draw. That's unfortunate. That's loose. We got to get to that loose puck. Attaboy, Ridley. Just get it out. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. 101 left. Sens ice the puck. They had to clear it. There was good pressure there. Carl's pissed. Let's win the face-off here. Greg lost it last time. I mean, up against Crosby, no easy task. And yeah, Crosby snaps it back. All right. Penguins have it. Crosby and Malkin back and forth. Those two have played so many moments like this together. Oh, bouncing puck. Nice. Good break up there. And the clear. Not as good as you'd like, but still good clear. 35 seconds left. Let's run this down. Crosby coming in on the wing. Out front. Loose puck scramble. 20 seconds. Come on. Yeah. Keep him pinned there, Pinner. 10 seconds. Yeah. Just keep it up against the boards. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Cover that, Allmark. Yep. Let's get Drew out here for the draw. Or Timmy. Whew. Penguins haven't really had a shot, though, which is good. Is this a Travis Green timeout? Oh, my God. This is the time to do it, though. I like that. Good call. Wow. Crosby, Carlson have been on the ice for over 3 minutes here. Those are grizzled vets just grinding it out there. Yeah, that's who I want out there. Claude Giroux up against Crosby. How many faceoffs have those guys taken against each other in their career? I was about to say thousands, but that's probably aggressive. I bet a couple hundred, though. .2 seconds left here. Claude Giroux, Sidney Crosby. Come on. G wins it. Yep, wrap it around. There we go. That's going to do it. No. I mean, what are you going to do? Point one on the clock here? Come on. People got families to go home to. The refs, the arena staff. Let's just call this one a game. .4? What? That's the home scorekeeper's generosity there. I don't know. Yeah, just stack the house. Just tie them up. Yeah, there we go. What a waste of time that was. Here we go. Not a waste of time for your Ottawa Senators. A 3-2 regulation victory up against the Pittsburgh Penguins. 4 straight wins for the Sens. Allmark back-to-back wins in his return. Whew, Claude Giroux with the game-winning goal. He loves playing the Penguins. That's great. That's what we need here. The Penguins were on a 6-game winning streak. Snapped. Not anymore. This was a huge win for the Ottawa Senators. Just 2 games now until the Olympic break. Who's G giving a puck to here? 3 stars. Claude Giroux, not one of them. Huh. I mean, Timmy, yeah. Drake to assist. Excuse me. Shilovs did play a really good game. I don't have a problem giving him 3rd star. All right, there we go. 3-2 Ottawa Senators win. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We got 192 in the chat here. Let's get some Go Sens Go. This has been another live watch party presented by the Ottawa Senators, presented by the Locked On Senators podcast. I had the sound on and they just said Ottawa Senators. That's why I did that. Let me land this plane again. 3-2 win by the Ottawa Senators over the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's been another edition of the Locked On Senators podcast live watch party. Shout out Jack Richardson holding it down. Shout out Callum Fraser for joining him as well. And you guys know, just because the game's over, just because the watch party's over, doesn't mean our content and coverage stops. You can find us in the postcast. Ross and I are going to set it up. I'm going to do a quick short video. And then it's to the postcast. So go check it out. Go Sens Go. This has been another edition of the Locked On Senators podcast live watch party. It's the Locked On Senators podcast, your team every day. Go Sens Go.